Yes, Usajaja. Usajaja. Whoa! Hi.
Ah, rude.
West Coast Avengers didn't really have anything prepared for an opening skit, so gonna tell you a story about some original comic art in this episode and a great diggin' banger. So join me right now on the
West Coast Avengers. West Coast Avengers.
Welcome back to the West Coast Avengers. For those of you just joining, let me introduce myself. My name is Dave. I buy, I sell, but mainly I hunt for comics, and this show is mostly about that. What I like to do is I go to flea markets, garage sales, estate sales, and people's houses to buy their collections, and I will share my finds with you, as well as some great comic book knowledge. So thank you for joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, but most importantly, watch the video to the end. You might find you enjoy yourself. And for those of you who are currently part of the journey and have been here, hey, good to see you again. Couple of things. I am on Instagram. You can find all my links down below. I'm also on Whatnot. I do a show once every week or so. Most importantly, if you like what you see here, join me on Wednesday nights right here on YouTube for a comic book auction and claim sale. You'll be able to buy some of the stuff that I talk about, some of the stuff that I have, and you can get it at a good price. I don't gouge. All right, last weekend I went with my buddy Mike over to a swap meet on the Olympic Peninsula in Washington. There was like 12 boxes or so that I got to dig through. There was some fun books in there, and one really stellar book, first appearance, that I'm going to talk about when we come back from rolling the footage, as well as a very cool discovery that I made. So please stay tuned and enjoy. $192. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Comics. How much are your comics? Thank you. So as you can see, there was plenty of boxes to start looking through, and they were in alphabetical order for the most part. So Batman's going to be first, and I scooped up this entire run of Dark Victory. I think it's my third one. I always take those Norm Brayfogle covers when I find them, and Jim Lee is a must. But I was starting to realize that there was something up with these boxes pretty quickly, because the Hush run with the Jim Lee covers did not have the first appearance, and I wasn't really sure what to make of these boxes because there were keys that I was looking for and they were missing. Wolverine 88, which is a recent hot book because it's the first meeting of Wolverine and Deadpool, just wasn't in there. I grabbed this Trevor Von Eden Batman annual, the one right there, which is a fantastic book, and I just kept digging, hoping to find some books that I really wasn't finding. Detective 880, Batman 423, Real Ghostbusters #1. None of these books were in there, but all the books surrounding it were. So I was like, okay, well, these have been picked through. No matter what, I'm still enjoying flipping through this stuff. I'm hitting some Spider-Man stuff. And for me, it's about two things, right? I'm looking for stuff to sell because I am a seller. But as a collector, I'm always looking for stuff like Todd McFarlane books I don't have, and Bill Sienkiewicz stuff I might not have, or Bernie Wrightson, Frank Turan Punisher books, and these boxes had all of that stuff. But I needed to make sure that I wasn't needlessly spending money. You saw me put that Todd McFarlane book back, which goes against the see Todd, buy Todd rule. But when I've got 6 of the same book, there's no need to spend $2 on another. I love finding stuff like this, the old comic book magazines. Those I'll pick up pretty much every time I see them.
It's a dope cover.
These boxes were so bare, the person even took all the X-Men #1s in there. But that being said, you'll see a big hit coming up pretty soon. You might recognize it, you might not. I got to more Wolverines after this, including a bunch of the Weapon X run by Barry Windsor Smith, but the 72 was taken out, and it's kind of hard to want to buy an incomplete set on a book like that. Now, it's probably easy to say, oh, Dave, I would have bought this, 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 and this. But out of 12 or 13 long boxes, that turns into a slippery slope. Here's me breaking my own rule. I did not see those Todds and buy those Todds. I did find some Bronze Age here, but everything was kind of messed up. I believe that was the second appearance of Rogue, but it was really messed up.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. I remember you. We had a sale in McCleary and you came to.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. As you can see, the more you hunt books in a certain area, the more people start to recognize you from garage sales, from swap meets, from flea markets. And that lady recognized me. She's very friendly. And I had met her about 6 months, 7 months prior at her garage sale. Oh, holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. If you don't know the book I just pulled out and why I'm saying holy shit, stay tuned. Take a Cadillacs and Dinosaurs 1. That's a Todd McFarlane cover. Gonna take all my money. Say that out loud. What I didn't realize the entire time I was looking through those boxes, there was another 6 boxes behind me. And once those were pointed out to me, I was like, okay, Hope is still alive. And there was some interesting stuff in there. The first stuff you're seeing, most of this Deadpool stuff and the modern stuff in the first box was kind of messed up. There was bad corners, color breaks and ticks and all that stuff. I found a Sankiewicz, that I had to scoop because you always take Sankiewicz Moon Knight. I flipped through the Daredevil, and unfortunately the 2 books I was looking for, specifically the first Blackheart, was nowhere to be found. The first Infinity Gauntlet was missing, even though those Thanos Silver Surfer books are all fantastic.
Yes, please.
Yeah, some great stuff in there.
Tri-Cities. I was doing that early in the morning when I was walking and you guys put them on the table.
No shit. Do you have any more, or is that the whole? And when you're gonna bring them back here?
Probably, but yeah, he said he's got 20 boxes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll come back specifically for that next month. Well, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? It was $2 per book, and I love prices like that. I will buy plenty of books that are only worth 10, 15 bucks for $2. Like, it's a no-brainer. I'm sure you figured out what huge book I found. Now, it's a book that flies under the radar. Caliber presents #1. Now you're thinking to yourself,
well, shit. What's that got to do with anything?
I don't know why you're from the South, but if you are, I apologize. This book right here is the first appearance of James O'Barr's creation, The Crow. For those of you that may not know what The Crow is, Crow was an underground hit and made into a movie in the 1990s, starring Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son, as the main character, The Crow, Eric Draven. That story is a very sad one. Brandon Lee died on set while filming the movie when a prop gun was accidentally loaded with real bullets. This movie and this character had a profound effect on me at a young age. As I was flipping through the books, I was like, oh shit. To get this for $2, what a hell of a deal. Right, so it's a very unsuspecting cover, but if you flip over the back cover, it's really not that hard to figure out what you're looking at. This is a very undervalued book. This is the first appearance of The Crow, but Crow 1 first print is the more expensive book, which kind of flips on its head everything that we know about first appearances. Hulk 181 is the first appearance of Wolverine, but it's worth so much more than Wolverine #1 is. I want to show you something else that's very fucking cool. But first, if you are in the Washington area, I will be doing my first solo Comic-Con at Grit City Comic-Con, October 22nd at the Tacoma Convention Center. If you are there, please come say hi. I swear to God, I'm not going to sing to you in person. Maybe. This Sunday night, October 8th, around 6 p.m., I'm going to be debuting a new live show that is not going to be sales-based. It is going to be basically a live version of this. And working title, SunDAVE Sit Down. So I might change it, but I might not. So join me. If you're watching this video on Sunday, you'll see the promotion for it, and you'll be able to hit the bell and be notified when I go live. And this is going to be a fun show, a special treat for the first episode. Let's talk Black Panther. Now, if you are into the movies, then you have seen the new Black Panther trailer dropped. And my God, does it look amazing. You're seeing this for the first time, but a few months ago, I was at an antique store in Tacoma with my buddy, and I stumbled upon this, and not knowing what it was, it looked like to me an original piece of comic art. This is an overlay of pencils. Under it is this original piece of comic art. Clearly this is the Black Panther. You've got a cutout that's textured. I think it's painted. And then these two panels are definitely painted. They look watercolor. I had posted this on my Instagram, asking people if they knew what this is from or if it had any clue as to who the artist was or anything like that. I paid $30 for this. I tried to do my research on this Black Panther piece. My only access to the Black Panther library was via the Marvel app, which I subscribe to, and it has supposedly all the Marvel comics on there, but it doesn't. Because I looked through every issue of every Black Panther book that was on there and didn't even find anything that came close to this art style. And I'd asked friends, nobody knew. Well, I'm looking through Michael's comic collection, and this stuck out at me. Panther's Prey by Don McGregor and Dwayne Turner. And I never read it before, and sure enough, it's not on the Marvel app. This looks really familiar, and I get to this issue 2, and I'm like, oh, there's wings. There's this creature with wings here. Oh, God, I think I figured it out. And sure enough, I'm flipping through book 2, page 14, book 2, and there it is. I found this piece of original art from Panther's Prey, book 2, for $30 in an antique store. Dwayne Turner, most notably known from his Luke Cage series, just titled Cage. I believe it was 12, maybe it was 14 issues. He is currently a storyboard artist in Hollywood. I believe he worked on Spider-Man No Way Home. I have my eyeballs on some other original art that I really want to buy, so I'm wondering maybe I should sell this and put that money towards what I'm looking at. Either way, I think it's an amazing thing, and I'm so glad that I figured out this discovery. I appreciate you all for watching and joining, and if you're new to the channel, please like, throw a comment below, and subscribe. Watch the videos to the end. It boosts the algorithm. It gets the show out to new people. Every Wednesday night, Where's Ghost Wednesday? A comic book auction and claim sale. I'm going to probably be pushing it back and starting it a little bit earlier for you East Coasters, probably around 7 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your week, weekend, wherever you're watching this from, and keep digging. It can't rain all the time. Your tears won't fall forever. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan today. How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow?